So everyone loves the idea about, freedom, 10,000 plus dollar months, working for yourself and being able to travel the world. And in all honesty, starting an AI agency is really, really not easy. Okay. Um, it's extremely rewarding, sure, but extremely humbling as well. It's also brutal in ways people don't usually talk about. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about, the pros and cons of starting an AI agency today. Now, I want to start with the positives and why it's worth it. Okay. So with AI agencies, there's unlimited earning potential. So, you're not capped by a specific salary. Um, your income is basically tied to your ability to deliver results, scale, sell, and scale systems. Okay. You can literally go from zero to making maybe 5, 10, $20,000 months in less than a year if you actually put in the time, consistency, and hard work behind it. Okay. Now, point number two comes with is basically freedom of time and direction. Like I said, you decide the hours, you decide where you want to work from. There is no manager breathing down your neck, ideally. And you basically get to create something that is 100% truly yours, right? So it's your brand, it's your client, what you say goes. Point number three would be, building real world skills. And what I mean by this is actually running an agency or an AI agency really forces you to learn everything that actually is needed and matters in a business, right? Sales, marketing, fulfillment, customer support, leadership, automation, the whole lot, right? Especially when you're starting out. And even if your agency, God forbid, fails, you still come out with really um, irreplaceable skills of life, right? And point number four would be, when you win, when clients win, basically, when they come and give you good feedback, it's really, it's like dopamine, right? You enjoy the feeling, you love this feeling, especially when they pay you and then they are happy with, so you know that it's going to be a long-term client. It's truly, truly a rewarding experience, right? Now, the thing with AI agencies and a lot of misconception people get, which is, it's easy, it's a piece of cake, and they only see the wins online, which can be a bit misleading. And I'm basically here to sort of give you guys that reality check that it is actually an extremely, extremely humbling experience. With, the advantages of, sure, you get to travel the world, you decide your own hours, you can build your own team, you learn a lot of skills, and there's no cap potential on how much money you can make. But that all comes with being able to make the money and being able to travel and being able to put in the hours, right? Um, so that brings me to my next side of the things, which I wouldn't really say are negatives, but it should be a very harsh reality check for you guys. And point number one is you are wearing all the hats, right? You are doing, like I said, the sales, the marketing, the leadership, the deliverabilities, the buildings, all of it. Especially if you're new, you're starting up with no investment, you are a one-man army, is what they call it, right? And you might even get messages on weekends, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and depending on how important it is to you, you're going to have to ensure that you can actually reply or fix a problem or deliver a solution at those times or in those days, right? You have to deal with, client complaints, maybe refunds, and it does get pretty difficult at times. There are dark days that I've been through as well, right? Your first three to 6 months, I would say, would be extremely humbling. You might come in with all of this motivation and optimism about, I'm going to be making a couple of $100,000 very soon. And then reality hits in, and then you're like, maybe I'm not cut out for this, but it's more important that you have consistency and discipline rather than just the motivation and the desire for making a lot of money, because that's not going to get you really far. If you are consistent and if you do have discipline, it will result in you making more money and actually building something that is truly sustainable and scalable as well, right? So those are very tough mindsets that you need to adapt to or build or work towards in order to go through very tough times in starting a business. Because again, starting an AI agency is like starting any other business or any other agency, right? You need to come in with that entrepreneurial mindset that, sure, it's good to have optimism, but it's also extremely important to be realistic in the goals that you want to achieve, right? You could be doing thousands of emails or thousands of calls a day and get zero responses or zero sales or and basically nothing can really go your way. And it's something you need to understand that it is probably bound to happen, but there is a period of time where you go through a phase like this and then you come out on top, right? And the reason why you might be seeing a lot of people going through a lot of difficult times, especially the successful ones, entrepreneurs, business owners, and they say, oh, I'd gone through a tough time, is because everyone goes through it, right? It's not easy. You're getting into this for the first time. It's not something easy to navigate through, especially when you don't know and you don't have someone coming in and basically showing you the ropes. So the people who are successful and the people who have actually made it are the ones that actually went through this phase and came out on top. So it's really important that you fight through it, you stick through it, and then you will definitely reach the levels that you want to reach, be it financially, how big your business might be, or just whatever goals you've set for yourself, right? Again, none of the lack of, and what I mean by that is, let's say you do 100 DMs or 100 emails or 100 calls and you get zero responses. Don't look at it as failure. Look at it as growth. Look at it as data for the next 100, right? It's really important that the mindset that you have is of someone that doesn't believe in failure and only believes in redirection, growth, and data, right? It's really important that you have the patience, because if you are going to think that everything that goes wrong is a failure, you are just going to end up being a failure. It's simple, right? You are what you think about. And if you repetitively put failure into your mind, you are basically training yourself to be a failure, okay? Even dealing with clients can be pretty difficult. People could sign up for free trials. They could promise you that they're going to get it on a deal, and they all just end up ghosting you. They don't reply. They maybe block your number if you're too persistent. And, they push deadlines, or they could maybe pay you late. And that's why a lot of people say, when you run a business, you're not just running a business for yourself, but you're running a business for everyone, because you are dealing with a lot of human emotions. And that's another skill that you learn along the way, is dealing with all sorts of people in this walks of life and the emotions that comes with them. Some people could be very nice, some people could be rude, some people maybe just don't care. So again, push through it. That's the most important thing. And I would say dealing with income, cash flow situations is extremely hectic and stressful, and it is very real. Even if you close deals, like I said, you could have money coming in late, which could maybe disrupt your payments for your team, or for any bills that you have, or any tools that you're liable to pay at the end of every month. So maybe ads, for example. So beginning phases, you might feel poor, you might feel broke, but that's just very temporary. And once you start getting paid consistently, it sort of adds up, and then any of the overheads or any liabilities that you have basically is automatically taken care of, right? Again, it's about pushing through that time. Now, my solution would be to keep it very balanced, and this is a solution that I believe that can set you up for winning, for success. And point number one would be start very simple, okay? Don't try to build a massive agency all at once. You're just going to tire yourself out. It's not going to work. You can start as a freelancer system, maybe one service, one niche, focus on just that, doing it multiple times. You could be maybe someone that just automates and builds lead qualification systems, or someone that just builds or automates, I don't know, AI agents for customer support teams. So just really focus on just one specific niche, one industry, one service, right? And again, once you start getting more consistent results, then you can start scaling a bit more from there. Build proof before selling. And again, you don't need 100 clients. You can have 1 to 3 at most to actually build very solid case studies, but again, clients that have actually seen good results from you. And you can ideally use those case studies to win more clients. And it's basically a domino effect, right? And it's ideally one of the best ways to attract better clients without you having to basically get down on your knees and beg, okay? And as soon as, now this is also really important, which a lot of people miss, is we are so busy focused on actually automating everyone else's business, we forget to internally automate our business, right? So once you reach a level where you can maybe you've got more time, it's important that you automate your processes as well, your sales processes, your marketing, follow-ups, reports, etc. Use AI to help your business grow, right? And it's your advantage that you already possess the knowledge of implementing AI in the right way. So it's just easy for you to implement it into your own business, okay? The next point would be focusing on long-term relationships and not just one-off sales. Although one-off sales are not bad, just make sure that instead of chasing $1,000 projects, try to chase, hopefully $1,000 monthly retainers, $400, $500 monthly retainers. Because think of it in this way, right? You can charge one client $1,000 to pay you for the project to do everything that they need to do, which is great. You made $1,000. Everyone's happy. The next month, you don't make $1,000 from that client, and you might not make $1,000 from any client, okay? But let's say you tell the client, hey, listen, I'm gonna do this for $500 a month, and I will help you with ongoing support. Now what you're doing is, month 1 you've made 500, month 2 you've made 1,000, which is initially what you wanted, great. Now month 3 you've done 1,500, month 4 you've done 2,000. So you're now getting more money than what you initially anticipated for just providing basic support, maybe, right? So it's really important that you build long-term relationships and focus mostly on retainers, and that's how you're going to actually scale your agency to 5, 6, 7 figures. Build in public. And what I mean by this is personal branding is so important today. And I'm surrounded by a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners that focus so heavy on personal branding that it's actually taking their business to the next level, right? So share your journey online, give away free value, give away knowledge. It's the same thing that Alex Hormozi says. He gives a lot of free value, but the return he gets on giving those free values is far more higher than if he had to charge for it, right? And be as honest as you can. If you are losing, talk about the losses. If you're winning, talk about the wins. Any situations that you might be in terms of struggling to find clients, maybe. You just never know what opportunity can come your way once you start posting online. So focus on building a personal brand. Talk about your journey on TikTok, Instagram, could be YouTube as well, whatever platform you ideally are comfortable using. But That's a very strong point that I would say. And it also simultaneously builds a lot of trust and brings in a lot of warm leads for your business, right? A lot of people that are messaging you already trust you with the value that you've provided. They know you can do what you say you can do. So they've approached you. It's a warm lead, easier close. They trust you already. And you can probably charge a little more higher on that end. Um, so to end the video, starting an AI agency is not about, escaping a 9 to 5. A lot of people have that perception that, oh, I'm not going to work a 9 to 5 anymore. I'm exiting the matrix. Fair enough. But you are working almost 24/7. So if you're ready for having a couple of years or a couple of months of extreme hard work, but then enjoying the fruits of life for the years to come, then this is for you. It's about understanding that being an entrepreneur, especially in AI today or in any business for that matter, it will test you, it'll break you, it'll rebuild you. And if you stay consistent, if you are disciplined, if you learn fast and you adapt, you will always come out on top. And eventually you will create a business that is basically running on its own, that keeps scaling, that is self-sufficient, and that is generating you the income that you want to generate. And then you can talk about traveling, being free, enjoying life. um, and to end it off, the most important thing that you will earn in your path to entrepreneurship and building a successful business is respect. And being respected by other successful people around is a truly remarkable feeling. And that only comes through being able to go and ride out the storm that you go through in the starting days. um, so yeah, that would be my brutally honest intake on starting an AI agency. If you need any help, if you need any support, you can book a call with me or my team. The link is in the description. And if you like videos like this, I would really appreciate if you could, like, comment, and subscribe. It only helps, you know, people like yourself to watch videos like this. It helps reach people like yourself, and that way we can grow together. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.